In the glittering world of literature, Marcus is worshipped as a god, but few know his divine image is molded from the common dust of deceit. Behind the velvet curtains stands the true architect of his fame, a silent ghost whose words have built a kingdom she does not own today. While he basks in the roar of the crowd, Julia remains a shadow, holding the secret of his success in her weary, ink-stained hands tonight. His voice resonates with authority, speaking of inspiration and late nights, while the woman who actually bled those words watches from the cold dark. Every sentence he claims as his own is a stolen breath from her soul, a carefully crafted lie bound in leather and sold to the world. The applause sounds like a distant storm, hollow and meaningless to the ghost who gave him her life, only to be forgotten in his glory. The celebration of his triumph becomes the stage for her betrayal. Marcus denies her existence with a casual laugh, erasing her from his narrative entirely. She does not weep. Instead, she watches him with a terrifying clarity, seeing the man she loved transform into a stranger fueled by borrowed vanity. Julia realizes the fracture in their lives is not a sudden break, but a structural failure she can no longer ignore or repair with her silence. She observes the impending collapse with the calm of an engineer who has found the fatal flaw. The heartache has finally turned into a calculation. In the silence of her mind, she marks the exact moment his empire begins to fall. She is no longer a victim, but a witness to gravity. She is done playing the ghost. As she moves through the room, she is already planning the departure of the soul that kept his world alive. The hour of the wolf arrives. In the stillness of the night, the true power shifts back to the hand that holds the pen and heart. She is the hidden master of this house. Her silence has been his strength, but tonight, her silence will become his most terrifying and final sentence. These pages contain his future, his next masterpiece, and the only thing keeping his fraud from being exposed to the world that currently adores him. She does not burn them. She does not scream. She simply reclaims what is hers, taking back the life force she so foolishly gifted to him. The source of his talent is locked away. When the sun rises, he will find only empty drawers and the cold reality of his own emptiness. The cruelest revenge is not noise, but the sudden withdrawal of a genius that a mediocre man had mistaken for his own natural inherent gift. The migration begins. She leaves behind the hollow shells of awards and the echo of a man who never learned how to truly see her presence. He sleeps in the fading glow of a borrowed sun, dreaming of a fame that is currently packing its bags and walking out the front door. The workshop of the soul is closed. No more whispers will guide his hand. No more thoughts will be offered for his vain and selfish consumption. She is leaving the mansion, the trophies and the lies. She carries the only thing that matters, the truth written in her own unique, unbreakable voice. The road ahead is hers alone. Behind her lies a man who will soon discover that without his shadow, he has no light of his own. She has chosen the freedom of the unknown over the prison of a golden cage. The soul of the manuscript has finally found its rightful home. Months later, the silence becomes a deafening roar. Marcus faces the one thing he cannot conquer with charm or money, a completely blank white page. The words will not come. The rhythm is gone. He realizes he has the instrument, but the music was never his to play or to keep. He hunts for a ghost, a remnant of her genius to steal once more, but she has left him nothing but the dry, empty husks of memory. The world expects greatness, but the well is dry. The pressure of his own false image begins to crush him under its immense, suffocating weight. Whispers turn into shouts. The public senses the fraud before they can even name it, watching the great lion wither into a confused, silent lamb. He stares at a stranger. Without Julia's soul to inhabit him, he is nothing but a hollow suit, a mannequin in a world that demands a man. He has all the attention of the world, but not a single word to say back to it. He is lost in a desert of talent. His punishment is the spotlight he once craved, now shining brightly on his absolute, undeniable emptiness. He is a king with no words left to command. Far away, where the air is salt and the sky is wide, the ghost has become the master of her own beautiful, quiet, and true reality. She begins at the beginning. For the first time in her life, the ink on the page belongs to her name and her spirit alone. The horizon is infinite, just like her potential. She does not need the trophies or the flashbulbs to know the weight of her own worth. She has traded the noise of fame for the music of the waves. Her revenge was not a strike, but a graceful, silent, and final departure. The soul of the manuscript is no longer haunted, it is home. She is the author of her own destiny, and her story is just beginning. She did not seek revenge through loud anger, but through the quiet reclamation of her soul, finding peace in the vastness of her own truth.